Scorpio, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. It comes to you when it's time, but it is for Scorpio sun, moon, and rising signs. If you haven't yet, please remember to subscribe to the channel and then ring that bell and select all notifications so you know when I upload your favorite content. Scorpios, you guys debut every single Tuesday, usually between the hours of 8 and 9 a.m. over on Los Angeles time. And then New York is about 1 o'clock type of thing, around noontime. And then over in Western Europe, I think that translates to about 6 p.m. But whenever it comes to you, the time is correct. And I hope it reaches everybody around the world when you need to hear that message. If you're looking for more astrology content, I have a second channel. It's called Astrology Motivation, and I'll attach the link above. There's a bunch of great stuff over there, including my weekly astrology forecasts, which week by week become more and more important to me. What I realize is just they start to resonate deeper and deeper. So I hope you guys will subscribe over there as well. And if you want to join me for my live chats, you can find me on Instagram at born_without_boundaries. Scorpios, I love you so much. You ready? After last week's reading, I almost rolled up my, I was like, I don't know if it doesn't get better than this. Last week's reading was amazing. You ready? I don't want to roll over my little puppy's butt. Let's go. Scorpio. Scorpio. Oh, there's always an extended reading, guys. Remember that. The link is below. And for... Okay, there's some sort of disconnect here. Some sort of partnership that's not working out. Some sort of network or friendship or connections that's kind of crumbling or not working out. The Knave of Pentacles is here trickling in, little opportunities starting to show up. Okay, and then we have bam. And I know, listen, I can already hear you. If last week was so magical, how come because it's a weekly reading, right? It's a weekly reading, and it's a weekly reading whenever you hear the energy. So if that reading doesn't reach you or wherever you are on the globe until 6 months from now, and you hear it, it's that week's time, right? That's how it works. So this is the newest reading. And if it resonates, it resonates. It'll resonate at some point, I promise. We have the Knave of Pentacles here. And the Knave of Pentacles is all about new opportunities, but it's the beginning of an opportunity. It's the beginning. So maybe, let's put it this way, since it's Pentacles, it's entry level. There's something entry level. I feel that there was an entry level connection that you guys had been involved in or engaged in. Something that you had just begun that seems to already be falling apart. Babes, if it's already fallen apart and it's brand new, get rid of it, dude. There's no need to hold on. And then we have this, strength. You're trying to wrestle something that should not be wrestled with. It's almost like you're putting too much effort into a circumstance that for some reason, I don't, it's like to prove yourself. Probably has to do with a situation that had nothing to do with this situation, but you're trying very, very hard in this new situation because you're trying to make up for whatever you think you did wrong in the last situation, when in reality, it's like, and it's, you know why? And when in reality, you're tormenting yourself. And I think that's what it's for. It's for you, Scorpios, to torment yourself to the point where you will feel like you've fulfilled that karma and you've extinguished that energy to the point and before you can let it go, because there's something about that old opportunity, because this is coming up in the past, it's something about that old opportunity that you can't reach, you can't go back to. For some reason, you don't get to physically interact with that old opportunity anymore. But here in the new opportunity, you already know this is not working, but you keep yourself in the situation, and you keep yourself in the situation because it's exactly related to this old situation that you need to work out. It's almost like it's physical representative. It's like the avatars that you're using to sort of push around the deck now because you need to continue to fulfill this kind of karma or the psychic energy. It's still not out of you, right? You still haven't purged it. As a water sign, you hold on to so much, Scorpio. And this is something you want to purge out of you, but the only way you're going to feel good enough about purging it out of you is to, suffer through it and figure it out by suffering it and doing it. And you're suffering something. And I tell you, it's almost like you want to get rid of this. You really do. And at this point, you may be at the end, which is why this is coming out now. And I'm going to pray for you guys that that's what it's about, that you're at the end now. You don't need to go. You're almost like, yeah, I'm ready to disconnect with this shit because I've learned all I'm going to learn. Or let me see, maybe there's a better opportunity coming up. And listen, you wouldn't be ready to move on unless you were ready to move on. I know that. Yeah. Okay. So something's keeping you up at night. You're worried about it. It's frustrating you. Maybe there's a sickness. Maybe there's an illness. Maybe you realize you're stuck in something, or worried about something. Worried about something that's just not working out, or worried. Oh, you're suffering because you couldn't make something work out. And that's what the suffering is coming from. You're trying to understand why it didn't work out. Can I tell you something? And this comes down to a cornerstone of Scorpionic energy, control. Scorpios, you love your fucking control. And something that you have to work on throughout your life to become more harmoniously vibrational is to realize y'all ain't in control. God is. You know what I'm saying? And Scorpio actually happens to be an extremely spiritual sign. So when you can give it over to God and find a way to be like, wow, I'm torturing myself for something that really had nothing to do with me. Sometimes some shit just doesn't work out. Happy birthday, Michelle Zandigate. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. And that's not about me. It's about the universe saying, this ain't for you. This was for you at a time, because you needed it for some reason. Or maybe it wasn't fate at all, right? Fate and free will coincide in our 3D world. So it's a sense of, yes, you got to go where God leads you, but you also have your own choices to make as well. So maybe that was just something that you did, and you're mistaking something that was meant to be just a season for something that was meant to be a lifetime. And that's why it's going to continue to torture you. This is also a sense of maybe there is a sickness here that's slowing you down. It could be any kind of sickness. You could have had an injury. You could have had, it could be anything. It could be mental, physical, or spiritual, but there could be some illness here that is slowing you down. And the illness itself is what is keeping you from being able to move forward. In the future, we have the High Priestess showing up, and she's all about higher wisdom and knowledge and connecting to the divine and finding balance by connecting to the divine. She's also about, for me, I always read her as stars are aligning and the synchronicities are matching up. And so, yeah, we have synchronicities matching up. And then we have, see, somebody loves your ass. Let me tell you something. There is such an opportunity here for you, right? It's just hidden right now from you. You could probably feel it already. And at this point, with the rest of this reading, I'm thinking that you can already feel that something you got going on that you thought was something right, you know is wrong. By this point, you already know it's wrong. I'm not saying y'all is ready to get rid of it, but I'm saying you already know that it's not right for you, that it's not the opportunity that you thought it would be. There's some sort of hidden desires here or hidden wants, hidden needs that God is leading you toward. Because the High Priestess is right here. You have the Moon card here. That's Pisces. You could be dealing with a Pisces. You could be dealing with a Pisces or just have feelings for somebody or want something. Because remember, this is general reading. This isn't romance specifically. So you apply this energy to however it matters or whatever it means in your life. This is just a sense of something that you already know it. When the Moon card is upright, you're not hiding it from yourself. You're just keeping it to yourself. There's a privacy factor here when it comes to something that you greatly desire. Or I'm telling you, there's just this hidden attraction here. And I don't think it's going to be hidden very long. I think this is a point right now for you guys where you understand surrender to the divine. That's the problem. It's coming up in reverse. You're struggling against the divine. Right now, you have not yet just allowed yourself to trust that spirit is leading you to where you want to be. You still feel like, oh, I got to be in control of this. I have to make this work. Okay, listen. God wants me to tell you that you can torture yourself as long as you want. It's up to you. The torment can end tomorrow, or the torment can add 10 years from now. Can end 10 years from now. It's really up to you. Like the universe and God, they don't, whatever you want to call it, they don't know time. So you're gonna be the one that decides how long you suffer. It's nobody else, because the universe doesn't want you to suffer. The issue here is between now and the future, giving it over to God, like not surrendering. The answers you need are coming. So you're saying that you need some sort of communication, or you need some sort of direct contact to Vista. That's why I see it's almost like you need to hear something, or you need to know something, or you need to see something before you can just trust that all of this is going to be okay. Okay. All right. Let's see if you're ever going to get that. Scorpio, ever going to get that? There's fights in the future, or there's potential dissonance, right? You don't need to fight about it, and I feel like in some ways, it's like you're preparing for the worst, even though you don't have to. This is coming out in the future. Maybe something you're prepared to defend. No. You're fighting it. You're fighting something. And I don't see you giving up on fighting for something for a while. I mean, fighting this something. You know what? Maybe I have to stop focusing on the mystery. You guys make the decisions that you make for the reasons that you make them. But you're struggling with this desire. It's almost like you're making an enemy out of somebody that doesn't need to be an enemy. They have a lot more in common with you than you think they do. And they actually want you. They like it. It's almost like if they don't accept me, I'll hate them. Or trying to keep yourself away from potential connection. I don't know why you do that, but let's see. Or somebody's doing this to you. Spontaneous and intuitive creation and prosperity and freedom. Yeah, you need something new in your life. Maybe that's what it is. It's like you're at this point, it's like, oh, maybe you've given up on the divine because you have done prayed how many damn times, and you're like, I'm waiting to hear from you, God. Let me say this to you. You're not going to be waiting much longer. You keep praying those prayers. You think they haven't been answered. That's not true. They're in the process of manifesting, and that's what the moon card is. It's almost like you don't really see what's happening, but it is happening. And there's some financial help that's coming here, kind of I don't know, just like the restraints are gone, and then we have spontaneous and intuitive creation, which is, it's almost like it comes out of nowhere. Help comes out of nowhere, but it's help in the form of ideas. These ideas may have been going over in your head for a while now, but that's where the help is coming from. So pay very close attention to those ideas that are coming, that are like all of a sudden going to come to you, especially when it comes to some sort of finances or breaking through financially. Scorpio. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Wow. That's almost like, Scorpio, you just got to go for it. You got to stop sitting there and worrying about the worst case scenario or about any case scenario, and you just got to go for it. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And then Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So this is, you know what? This is a sense of, it's so big. And it's so big. But maybe that's the problem. you're feeling so much stress, and you're putting so much stress and you're so much pressure on yourself to have this big thing happen all at once. But you know what, Scorpio? You got to start little by little. The biggest journeys, what's that old line, right? The biggest journeys or the greatest journeys start with a single step. Take the single step. I feel like you're putting, these cards tell me you're putting too much pressure on yourself, because yeah, you know, you are connected with the full understanding of where this is going to lead you, but you can't look at that whole picture every day, because you're going to keep, it's going to weigh you down. You have to go one step at a time and just trust where the tides are pulling you. Instead of, that's the surrender to the divine aspect. It's like, I know, okay, so let me know. I'm going to trust, I'm going to surrender to the divine, and I'm going to take one step at a time. Because looking at this huge mission and looking at everything so big is really keeping you stuck, and maybe even to the point of making you sick. It's like you're trying to do too much. You're trying to make too much happen. And there's just some sort of injury or stall or like defeat here that's happening. It's like you're breaking yourself, right? And you're keeping maybe yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be because of the grandiose understanding of what's in front of you. You got to let go of that image. Seriously, this is your assignment. Let go of that image, because one step at a time. It's not, this is what this card is saying. It's not as fearsome as you think it is. You're preparing for a fight when you could really just have a friendship. You know, I mean, it's like, it's kind of like that. It's like you're both maybe defensive. Like both sides of this are defensive, and ultimately it's just a sense of like going easy, going slowly, going one step at a time. I keep saying that over and over again. Here, let's get into the wisdom of this deck, Scorpio. What else needs to come out for mental conflict? And that's what it is. It's like a stop in your brain, because everything is too much. It's too much, and it's too big, and it's mental conflict. Rest and rejuvenate. That's a beautiful card. It's interesting how when you allow, when you just take a second. See how powerful that silence was? Powerful, right? Because I'm sitting here channeling all this like crazy tense energy, and I'm trying to figure out, and it's getting stuck. It's like writer's block. It's like there's so much there's so much pressure to get something done that it's stuck. And it's that pressure, it's the pressure's pushing too hard, and ultimately it's gonna, you are birthing something though. I just heard that. I know, I'm like, you are birthing something, because that's what it is with dilation. I just saw that image in my head. Something's being birthed, something new. There's a new idea or a new life that's really being birthed, or a new you with the moon card here that's really being birthed, but you're pushing too hard. It's like, and it's gonna hurt. I mean, eventually the baby's going to come out, but the pushing isn't really helping. The pushing is actually hurting. I remember my birth story. When I gave birth to my son, they actually had to give me medicine that calmed me down in order to help me dilate. Not just because it relaxed the muscles, but because the more pressure was put on that part of the cervix, the more it was reacting in self-defense and to the pain, I was having the adverse reaction that it wanted me to. So it was just calming me down that helped me to open up and to help the new thing be born. And I know if you're in a sense of, why am I stuck? It's because of all the pressure that you're putting on yourself. What you need right now is to just give yourself a second, especially in your season. You need to give yourself just, and I don't even mean partying or a good time. I mean, take the pressure off and don't make it such a big deal. Make it something that you're destined for, like something that's already yours. Hi, baby. I'm going to break this down for you into specifics. We're going to go over to the extended reading. I hope you can follow me over there. Happy, happy. Oh, what is making us so happy, happy all of a sudden? Never-ending story, right? This is stuck in a karmic loop. And then we have here and now. Okay, something's shifting, something's changing. Something's going to happen. That's in perfect timing. That opens up your ability to just fucking live again. I hope you guys can join me. The link to the extended is below. Thank you so much for watching this video, Scorpios. I'm so grateful for you, always. If you really like this video, please remember to like it and share it on your social media platforms. And yeah, once again, subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys, and I'll either see you in the extended or I'll talk to you soon. Bye.